trash.
An article here that was in the Daily Collegian this morning by a guy named Gregory White in Austin, Texas, nowhere near Pennsylvania, talking about how he's never going to hire a Penn State graduate and he's going to fire all the Penn State graduates that he has right now. And I think that's really the worst thing that's come out of this is that, there's funding being pulled from Thon, which is an organization here that raises money for pediatric cancer, internship possibilities, job possibilities, all because Penn State students are all being stereotyped as somehow being culpable in all this, where in reality it's administration and things totally outside of our control. And I think for me that's what's most upsetting personally.
Yeah, are you concerned that you get accepted to Penn State? I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big deal to get into the school and to get your degree, which you're going to get, right?
Yeah.
Is it going to be worth less now, do you think? Are you afraid of that? I know it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but is that a fear of yours?
It definitely is. I'm trying to be an architecture engineer that's 5 years here. I just feel like it'll be really unfortunate to go through all this work when the education is so good here, such a good education, and then to end up finishing the education and find out that you're being judged because of something that happened with the administrators. That's nothing to do with the education here. It's more like the athletics, and it would be so unfortunate because this to everybody, to all the Penn Staters here, is the biggest accomplishment we've had so far, and for that to just be thrown in our face because something we had no control of, that would not be right at all.
That wouldn't be fair. I mean, I don't think it's fair. There's that chant that you guys do. What is that chant?
We are Penn State.
What does that mean?
I think this is something that, if anything, united the Penn State community more than it did tear it apart, because we realized that we really need to come together and stay strong and support our school, because this is still our school and we're still proud of it, even though we have taken a huge hit in reputation because of the actions of one and a few. And I think that we really don't want to let that affect us, and we want to move past that and still be what we believe Penn State to be.
Yeah. Football doesn't define us as Penn State. A lot of people know us by football, of course, because of the Big Ten, but there are some kids on the campus I know personally who have never been to a football game, and they're minding their own business and just enjoying the Penn State life otherwise, and how is that fair to affect them when they're searching for a job, or anybody in that matter?
It still means the same to me to be a Penn Stater. I'm still proud. One of my favorite moments this weekend is when all the Penn Staters did the "We Are" chant after the football game, even though we lost. Despite everything that's happened this weekend, students are sad, they're upset about the loss, they're upset about everything that's going on, but we're still able to come together and say, "We are Penn State" at the end of the football game and clap for our players as they entered the tunnel. I thought that was awesome. And we weren't trying to take anything away from the victims either. I mean, everyone wore blue. Even regular fans in the crowd wore blue, and we didn't really inform them, just word travels by mouth, and I thought it was awesome. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun at the game, and those were my favorite moments besides the vigil this weekend.
Is there a misperception, you think, that the rest of the country has about this whole thing? What is it?
I think part of it has to do with media too. It's just like every time you turn on the news, it starts off with Penn State, and then it shows the riot, and then tipping over the van. And that was one part.
Sorry,
yeah.
Brianna.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I feel like that's just what everybody focuses on. They're like, everybody's rioting, people shouldn't be tipping over vans, tipping over light posts, and it's just that was 300 people out of the thousands of the students that were there.